Hi there. So we have already spoken about what is research and how to choose a research topic. This time, in our series of how to develop a research, we'll talk on about the how we can review the literature. And here we mean by literature is what has been done, written, or said about the same topic. In science, actually we exist of there are thousands of or millions of existing body of knowledge that's been developed or written on the same concern. So we have to find ourselves a place in this discussion or dialogue, and we have to involve ourselves there as well to enhance the knowledge on that topic. Science exists in a sort of chain, and our research come as an addition to the already existing chain of science. It's just similar to that we have to find ourselves a place on this whole body of knowledge. Therefore, it becomes very essential for any researcher under any disciplinary to look what has been done recently on that topic, and then to see how he or she can add to that piece of knowledge, what contribution his study or her research will add. This make it very interesting, and it's contextualize your topic as well. Therefore, it's recommended for any research to look for a researcher to look for the recent, let us say 10 to 15 years back studies on the same topic, and to see how they were done, what methodology, what concepts, what frameworks they applied, and then to build on that into solving his research question. There are different functions of literature. As a researcher, no good research can establish itself without really having a very solid background of the previous studies. Therefore, literature's review of related literature provide us the theoretical background. What is it exactly? What have been said? What definitions? What concepts goes under? Such disciplinary or topic or your thing. And in addition, the theoretical framework or the theoretical approach to solve that concern. It helps you as to establish a link between what you are doing now and what has been already done or studied in the past. It enables you to show how your findings have contributed to the existing body of knowledge in your profession. It helps you to integrate your research finding into the existing body of knowledge by explaining how your findings were similar or different from the finding of other researchers in the same context or from the same topic. So it really provides you a space to put in your voice, trying to find the solution or adding to that knowledge of that topic. So literature review, how it contributes, it brings clarity. It makes your research more clearer. It brings clarity and focus as well to your research problem, as it explore it and contextualize it and give it a meaning. It shows how this such problem have been studied. It was an international concern by justifying or referencing other related studies. It improves your research methodology because you will have the chance now to compare the different approach or research design that went into the same or studied the same research. It's broaden your knowledge on the research area. So reading into the related research, explores, makes you, give you the chance to explore all the theoretical or theories, the concepts that are underlying such problem. And as I said earlier, it's contextualize your research finding in the sense that you have a place to put, to compare, to relink, and to share your finding with other research finding as well from the recent studies. How as students how can we do the literature review? It's simply, first we have to search and to find these research. Search for them, allocate them, store them in one place. And then after storing them, allocating them, start reviewing these research and analyzing them to select the most relevant one to you and to show you at which part you can relate to. Is it applicable in the introduction, or to compare the finding, or to give you more ideas about the theoretical framework? After that, you will develop the theoretical framework of your study and then conceptual framework as well. So this is how we do it. Now I'll give you more detail on each and every step of these. Now, where to find the most of the literature? We found there are different resources, and the traditional one is the books. So in books, the main advantage is that materials published in books are important and usually becomes after so much analytical processes. Now, the quality of the finding are integrated with other research to form of like body of language. But the issue is they are not updated. To release a book, it takes you sometime almost 1 year to release one book. And actually, the science is going very quick. So a few years between the completion of a book and its publication is the form create the difference. So you will not get the recent one. Now, another very important and I think the most relevant one is the use of journals, educational, the journals that publish the research, the academic research. It would be, I mean, the best. I think it's the best. But the problem is that the number of journals are huge and it's coming very commercial. And we have thousands are publication per day now. And it's very difficult for you to go and literally hold journals, buy them, and read everything. And the best way is to use the electronic databases. And we have different electronic databases, like for example, ERIC when it's come to education, as you can see here, and Inform, or the CNNAHL, which is in medicine as well, and Midline Medicine. The CINAHL is in nursing. So these are databases. These databases actually provide you with some of them provide you with the abstract or summary of the research and the full text. And you can get the original by a little money subscription, for example, if you are very interested. And if you go to main branches or main libraries, usually they have free access databases for them. So this is very important, and actually it saved the life of researcher by indexing these article into such electronic database. The third now, and also is very important, is internet. You can easily search on Google or on Yahoo to look for resources of recent published research at any topic or at any scope. One quick example of how to use database, like for example, ERIC. This is stand for Education Resources Information Center. And you can just open the site of by writing with eric.edu.gov and then writing English difficulty as an example, and then you just search. You will see the number of articles or published research on that area, and the number is quite large, okay, and then it's almost 1683. So we have to do is just click here, for example, and you can get the full text in here, and you can read the abstract. And as you can see, this is a recent research, for example, in 2019. Similar with other databases. You can do the same thing with other databases, which is very, very interesting. Google, as another example, you just write anything to, for example, you are writing here English writing difficulties, and then you will find most recent studies like this one, for example. You can download the full text from here, and you can see that also these are recent studies published, and where you can read and choose from these studies. So it's very, now knowledge is provided anywhere, and they just have to go and search on the internet and find the most relevant information for you. So once you allocate the research, you can simply review whatever and select the most suitable and the most relevant to you. And based on that, you can develop how, or think of how to plan what your research, what design it's best to use, what methodology you will adapt in the research. And then usually you have to start writing your session on research. And any research, you have to develop your own literature review section, where you will have mainly two things: the theoretical framework, the theories of that relate to that topic, and number two, what are the recent finding, what are the finding of the recent published article from the same concept. And then you have to also mention how your research will contribute to these studies, and how also you will make use and add to this piece of literature. So having explained the literature review and how we can develop it, now we are expecting everyone can do it. So every research group or every researcher should start to develop his or her own literature review related to that topic, and think of how he can use the previous related research or published articles into developing his research and developing his proposal for the coming research. Thank you for listening, and I'm expecting you are now ready to allocate the research that are related to your topic. Start writing, scripting your literature review, and as well think of the next step, which is how to do it actually, what design, what methodology you will implement in order to solve your research question. Wish you all the best, and see you in the coming videos.